Hi all, why has I still got you? I just wanted to say this video was delayed release due to the fact I didn't want the person who I did the computer for to ruin his surprise and see the finished product before I'd actually delivered it. Now I've just dropped it off, so if you stick around to the outro, I'll have some more news and some pictures etc. there. So without further ado, let's crack on. Hey everyone, my name's Neil, welcome back to Retro for You, the place where I try to breathe new life into the old classics. Today I've got something really exciting, this beauty here, the Acorn A3020. A true piece of British computing history from the early 90s. The machine we have here is from a subscriber. He contacted me and said, would I mind having a look at it? And I thought, why not? The machine we have is an A3020. Now this was used mainly in schools and education, so anybody my age and also a bit younger should remember these machines, and it probably fetches back many nostalgic memories. There was a home version of this release called the A3010, and the main difference was it had a built-in modulator, 2 joystick ports, and also the keys at the top were green, as well as some weird and wild artwork which was along the top. Now unfortunately the price was a big difference between the Archimedes A3010 and the Amiga, and also with its late release it didn't fare too well against the other two machines, which is a shame really, because I'm sure this machine could have competed well against the Amiga and the Atari. So let's just have a closer look at this machine and see what we can see. As you can see, cosmetically it's quite good. There is a lot of dust obviously from over the years, but the real challenge will be inside. Who knows what condition the motherboard is in after all these years. Could there be leaking capacitors, corroded battery, or even a fried power supply? But whatever it is, we're going to fix it up. So without further ado, let's crack on! Now we're going to start by opening this machine. Now I do suggest, as always when working on machines this age, ground yourself, wear an ESD band, and also be careful with these plastics as they can be brittle. So let's just get this open and have a look inside. So this machine underneath is looking quite good. Now it does have some writing along here. I don't know whether that means His Majesty's prison, I'm not quite sure. And also these 2 screws here have gone rusty, which I presume hold the hard drive in place. Now the 3 screws that we need to concentrate on are here, here and here. So let's just get them undone. To remove the top, you just basically pull, and then there's some little tabs at the back which don't want to come off now obviously on camera. Just like so, and then obviously like I said you've got these little tabs at the back, can you see, which slide through the hole. Now looking at that board is looking quite clean, but who knows until we get into this. Now we do have these 2 keyboard connectors down here. Now I'm just going to put the camera behind so you can see me taking these out, because they are a bit tricky. Now I hope you can see this. Like I say, I've tried to get the camera. These ribbons just push in here, so you need to get each side like this and then pull and just hope they don't break. You can see now these do actually look very good. There's no corrosion on them at all, so that's a good sign, because these are prone for corroding. Same again on this side. Gently get each side and then pull. Same again. It looks very good, no corrosion. So the next thing to unplug is the floppy drive cable here on the main board. Now you eagle-eyed people can probably see here, yes, it's a corroded battery. Hopefully it's not that bad, and obviously that is going to have to be cut out and taken away. So we'll just gently plug this out. just like so. That just leaves one connection here for the speaker, which makes those incredible BBC noises that we all know and love. So we'll just unplug that from the board, and now we'll move this to one place out of the way. So looking at this, it looks in very good condition, which is amazing. This board will clean up really nice. Now there is an issue with the battery here, but it looks like the corrosion has not spread that far. Maybe this way a little bit, and we can soon clean that up with some white vinegar. There's some corrosion around these chips here, there's some on these jumpers, and there's a few bits of corrosion here, but it's something we can all clean up with white vinegar, etc. And we can cut that battery out and get rid of the thing. Now we do have a hard drive here. Now I know this data is valuable to the guy and he needs it saving. I hope the hard drive is okay. It is a mechanical, it's not been powered on for years. Let's hope, eh? So we're just going to unplug this hard drive here off this connector, off the board, just like so. Now it did have a built-in IDE, which the A3020 didn't have, so that made it far superior. Now these are the memory upgrades here. I'm not sure what size these are, whether it's got the 4 meg upgrade. We'll find out once we power it on. So the next thing we need to do is to take this main board out of the chassis. We need to move all these standoffs here. So we're just getting a nut twister and undo those. Now with those removed, the board should lift out, I think. Maybe not. There's a couple of screws down there. You can see here, do you remember where them screws were rusty? Looks like it's had some sort of spillage of water or liquid ingress there. So we'll have to have a look at that now on the other side of the board. Now it looks to be in very good condition. There doesn't seem to be any water ingress down there. The only problem seems to be is this battery here, which has leaked. But we can sort that. It's not too bad. The board itself is generally very good, which is great. So what I'm going to do is we're going to proceed to cut this battery out and then give the board a whole clean off before. And we'll just check out the capacitors, etc. We'll check the fuses on the board. There's a fuse here I can see. And we'll give it an overall clean. And just see then where we go. So here we have the battery. Now I'm just going to snip those two legs. So we're just going to snips like this. Get them in and just basically snip. And then the next one. Like so. And then finally the last leg. And off that battery pops. So you can see that battery there now. There's the cut off legs. That's where it started to leak. And now all we're going to do is we're going to clean this up with some white vinegar and toothbrushes and some cotton wool buds and just get it safe, basically neutralized. So we're just going to put some white vinegar onto there and you can see immediately it reacts. Did you see the fizzing? Now that's reacting with the alkali and actually neutralizing the acid. Neutralizes, but if you look at that, that is in really good condition. Really look at that one. That is a really good board. So we're going to get that removed. There's no damage whatsoever there. And we'll just get the rest of it cleaned up later with some IPA and a toothbrush. So the next job we're going to do is just clean out these 3 holes here so we can put the new battery in. But also we're going to clean up around the board as well a bit. So we're just going to whack that on. I need to turn my desoldering gun on. And hopefully these should clean out well. But you never know with these things. So seems a very good quality board. Very thick, which is great. Now, you may think, why put another battery in? Well, because these actually they've got like a BIOS which need a setting saving. So it's not only just for the clock, it's for the hard drive, for the boot options, etc. But many other things as well. So it does need a battery in. Now, the one I'm going to go for is this one here, which is from Amiga Kit, and it's a CR2032, which is just a coin cell one, which are easy to get and cheap to replace and will last quite a while. Now underneath it's got a little daughter board. It's got a diode, which means it can't charge. Now if you look, it has got the same spacing and it will just solder into place and it will make a nice neat job, I should think. Well, let's hope anyway. So what we're going to do now is go and see if we can get this desoldered and cleared. So we're just going to fit this battery. I will put a link in the description for these. They're not that much. They're quite a good fair price, under a £5. So there you have it. Now doesn't that look a lot neater? Now what else we're going to do is get this keyboard all stripped down and cleaned in the ultrasonic bath. So we're going to take all these key tops off as they're looking rather grubby and get them in the bath to clean them up. So I'm going to be using this, my old faithful key top puller. Without further ado, listen to some music and watch the montage as I pull all these keycaps and stick them in the ultrasonic bath. Now, one thing to note about these keycaps is when you pull them off, you've got these two little tabs, but also in the middle there's a little spring. So what you don't want to do is lose these springs. So I suggest you pull them out and you stick them in a pot so you can put them back on later. Because without them, the key won't spring back. Just a handy hint there. So it's another day. I've stripped the keyboard down even more. What you need to do is just press these little tabs here and then you can pull the back off. And you can see here it's had some sort of spillage. Now we get to the membrane here now, which is good. And we can give that a clean off as well, because as you can tell, it's very dusty. And also in here, there's all manner of things. I think I even spotted a dead spider somewhere. And of course now he's gone. Perhaps he wasn't dead and it was alive and he's ran off. So we're just going to give it a good clean. Ah, there you go. Can you see him there? The spider. So he is there. Just there. So we're going to get rid of him. So we're going to brush all this off to start off with. And just proceed to give it a nice clean. Unfortunately, there's some liquid that I've got in between there and I can't really clean that off, but let's just give this a really good clean out. that's it. You can see here, it looks absolutely amazing now. Total transformation from what we had before. I'll stick a picture up how it was before and how it is now so you can see the difference. I'm really happy with the way this has turned out, and I hope the guy, when I take it back to him, is happy as well, because I put a lot of work into this week. It took a whole week of nights cleaning this machine up to see how it is, and I think it's turned out really, really nice. You can see the difference in the keyboard, the difference in the whiteness for starters, and the yellow bars are gone, which is really good because I didn't like those yellow racing stripes. So now the moment of truth in a minute is we'll get this thing powered on. So I've got the plugged into the OSCCC here via the VGA. We're just going to turn it on, see what it does. Now I can hear the hard drive, and looks like it's boot to supervisor. So we're typing desktop now. Should boot to OSS 3, which it is. And as you can see, it all seems to be working. Now unfortunately I haven't got a mouse, but I can see the ID hard disk, I can see the floppy drive, I can see the apps, and it looks absolutely stunning compared to how it looked. So I'm just going to leave this video for here. So that's it. Looks like we're successful. Looks like it's kept its settings. I configured it before so it sees a hard drive, etc. And it all looks good and boots. So that's it for now. I'll see you on the outro. So we made it to the end of another video. Thank you all for watching. Now this restore this week that I did and repair, to see the guy's expression in the end when he actually ran his program that he hadn't ran in 15 years was great. The excitement was absolutely amazing. And as a matter of thanks, he actually passed on another A3020 for me as well. So here you go. I'm now a proud owner of an A3020, and that'll be coming up in another video because I've got big plans for this. I was there when he ran his program again, which he spent over 10 years programming this in BASIC. It does ray traced shapes of polyhedrons, something like that. It was anyway. It does ray trace shapes of polyhedrons, and they're basically spiky balls, and these are all ray traced with light effects, and some of the ray tracing takes days, even on the Archimedes. There's a RISC processor to process. So to see this working was just truly amazing. And I put some photographs here of me dropping the machine off with a guy. Got a couple of screenshots of the program, but I had to take it through my camera on the CRT, so they're not perfect. I am trying to see this guy again to do a video on his program because I feel it's an interesting project. As I feel it make an interesting video and people would like to see it. Myself, with being interested in the retro community, etc., really love seeing this program, and to see the ray trace shapes appear, which then he made into models as well based on those calculations. And later, some of these are actually in the British Museum in London. So yeah, it's a really good achievement, that program was. And to see all my hard work paying off over the week getting this machine done, messing around with all the springs in the keyboard, yes, I nearly lost some doing it, although they're not in the video. They was pinging everywhere. And then trying to troubleshoot the keyboard afterwards, as some keys were not working, some keys were sticking, etc. Had to replace the membrane, clean it off again, replace, clean, etc. And it went on for quite a few times. Fortunately, the battery was good and it didn't do too much damage. But now the battery's in, then I had to learn to configure the hard drive using the commands because I didn't have a mouse. So some of this you didn't see in the video, but it went on in the background. So if you're here for the first time, give me the likes up. Also drop me a comment down below, even if it's hello. And also check out my fellow YouTubers down below. There's a list of them. There's people like 8-Bit Retro Refix, Captain Commodore, Joseph, who's mad on BASIC and I'll probably love to see a video on this BASIC program, and the others as well. Like I say, there's loads down there. We're getting quite a big community now. And also there's a link down below for the Discord where you can come along and chat to us all. We're all in a group in the Discord and we're all easy to get on with, easy to talk to. So I just put the pictures up now with a bit of music on, a bit of a montage. There's not too many, but there's some for you to look at. And for now, I bid you farewell, and I'll see you next time on Recto for You. See you soon, guys. Bye.